Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. I try to get through these in 3 or 4 minutes so I don't bore you. I've worked at IRS for a long time and I have been doing this for 5 decades. I'm a national expert. I've been on all the TV stations. Look up my bio at 777irs.com. I have a team of former agents. I want to talk to you today about IRS tax audits. How to avoid an IRS tax audit, especially if you have high budget, high ticket items on there. Most people don't know to do this and you don't even see it. You know, when you work at IRS, you kind of know the tricks. You know the tricks how not to get audited, and you understand that the diff score, your computer score actually kicks out the audit. There's not a person looking over your return for the first phase of that, but the computer does. What most people don't know, let's say you have a very high area of interest or a high area of contributions, and you know that's going to kick out a flag with IRS. Well, how do you stop that, in fact, from happening? Put the documentation attached to your return so when you send it in. See, here's the IRS audit process. The computer runs your return through the DIF process, discriminatory index function, promotes a score. If there's a couple items with flag items, IRS sends batches of these returns down to the local office for someone actually to review. Usually revenue agents. These are more high ticket items. Boom, they go ahead, they send them back to the service center. Says these are the ones we think are low-hanging fruit. What does the service center do? The service center looks at the offices, the people, how long audits take, and they send those with low-hanging fruit, maybe half of them, 60%, depending on the office staffing. They send those to be audited. Well, in that process, if a reviewer is looking at that, after the diff score, and the person says, oh my God, there is the documentation on there. We don't need to audit this return. And guess what? You don't get audited. This is a really big tip, especially if you got a couple items that may set that flare off that you don't want IRS to look at. If you need IRS representation, we know all the tricks. Give me a subscription if you would. I appreciate your time today, and I did this in 2.5 minutes. Thank you.